CBS announced that they're retiring the Late Show franchise altogether after 33 incredible years, citing that the cancellation was a financial decision. But honestly, I want to focus on how Stephen is handling this because, he is a real class act. Hey, welcome back to the Long Island Sound. I'm your host, Steve Yusko, and today I have a really special episode. And if you know me, you know that I'm a massive, unapologetic fan of Stephen Colbert. And right now, we're witnessing the end of an incredible era in television. After 11 seasons, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is broadcasting its final episode on Thursday, May 21st. Today, I'm doing a deep dive, a positive, upbeat expose into Stephen's departure, his absolute love for music and his guests, and what the future holds for the man who redefined late-night television. Hey, let's get into it. Let's address the news first. CBS announced that they're retiring the Late Show franchise altogether after 33 incredible years, citing that the cancellation was a financial decision. Now, I know there's a lot of chatter and speculation out there about Paramount's merger with Skydance Media or their $16 million legal settlement. But honestly, I want to focus on how Stephen is handling this because, he is a real class act. He recently told the New York Times that he feels so much better to be grateful for than mad about the show ending. He even won the Emmy for Outstanding Talk Series recently, and in his acceptance speech, he told the crowd, quote, "Sometimes you only know how much you love something when you get a sense you might be losing it." Steve is going out in style. Steve is going out with a smile, focusing on his primary concern about his amazing staff who have worked tirelessly on the show. What a great guy. Now, you can't talk about Stephen Colbert without talking about his love for music. Stephen has always treated his musical guests with the level of reverence you rarely see on television. I was remembering his very first Late Show appearance back in September of 2015. He brought out the legendary Mavis Staples and a huge group of musicians for an unforgettable rendition of Sly and the Family Stone's Everyday People. Let's go to the clip.
Whatever we do, you love me, you hate me, you love me, and then still can't figure out the back of me. And every day we go. And every day we go. Where is the long hair who won't accept the show? Never being such a rich one will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Sha-sha.
That was incredible. It really set the stage for the direction of The Late Show and where it was going, in my opinion. incredible energy. And now for his final weeks on the air, the lineup has been absolutely stacked. For the final week on Tuesday, the 19th, we're getting a very special performance by David Byrne alongside Stephen himself. I can't wait to see that. On Wednesday, May 20th, none other than the boss, Bruce Springsteen, will be hitting the stage for that episode. Now, I know I have a lot of music lovers out there, and I have to talk about Stephen's deep admiration for the great John Prine. If you followed Stephen's career, you know he connects deeply with musicians who tell honest, human stories. And back in 2016, Stephen and John actually teamed up for a duet on Prine's 1978 classic, That's the Way the World Goes Around. That clip was re-released as a web exclusive and then aired on the show in 2020 as a tribute. It was one of Stephen's absolute favorite moments, blending tragedy and comedy perfectly. Let's go to the clip of that heartfelt duet.
And I'd like to share with you right now one of the happiest moments I've had on my show or any show. And that's when John and I sang a duet back in 2016 that we never broadcast, but we'd like to now. Happy enchilada, John.
Hey, John, how are you?
Stephen, I'm doing great.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
I would be so honored if I could do a song with you tonight. Would that be all right?
Well, I think that'd be great.
Okay, good. We'll probably do this for the internet unless, something terrible happens and we have to cheer up the world on the TV show. All right? All right, let's give it a try. I wouldn't mind doing That's the Way the World Goes Round.
I know that one.
All right, you should.
I know a guy that's got a lot to lose. He's a pretty nice fella, kinda confused, got muscles in his head, ain't never been used. Thinks he owns half of this town. Started drinking heavy, got a big red nose, beat his old lady with a rubber hose. Then he took her out to dinner, bought her new clothes. It's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes round. You're up one day, the next you're down. It's a half an inch of water and you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round.
I was sitting in the bathtub, counting my toes when the radiator broke. Water all froze, I was stuck in the ice without any clothes, naked as the eyes of a clown. I was crying ice cubes, hoping I'd croak when the sun come in the window. I saw broke, I stood up and laughed, thought it was a joke. That's the way that the world goes round.
That's the way that the world goes round. You're up one day, the next you're down. It's a half an inch of water, you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes around. I think we did it. That's the way the world goes around.
Thank you, John.
What an amazing moment. Hey, I'd like to get your input. Tell me what you like best about Stephen Colbert. Detail your admiration in the comments, and if you like what we're doing here, please hit that subscribe button and the hype button as well. So, what's next for Stephen Colbert? The rumor mill has been spinning, and Stephen recently poked fun at it on his own show. He joked that the rumors were partially true, saying he was moving to CN to become the president of an animal sanctuary dedicated to the rare Blitzer wolf. But folks, the reality is even better. We all know that Stephen is one of the world's biggest J.R.R. Tolkien geeks. Well, he's officially co-writing a brand new Lord of the Rings movie. The film is tentatively titled Shadow of the Past, and he's collaborating with the legendary Peter Jackson, Philippina Boyens, and his own son, Peter McGee. Peter Jackson revealed that Stephen actually pitched the project to him a year ago, long before he knew his TV show was ending, giving him an amazing creative outlet to focus on. You know, beyond Hollywood, Stephen is looking forward to some much-deserved family time. His universe has aligned perfectly. His son is graduating from college on May 18th. His show ends on the 21st, and his brother is getting married on the 23rd. After decades of late-night television, Stephen is looking forward to spending time with his family and gaining a little perspective. Hey, Stephen, if you're listening out there to the Long Island Sound, I know that's a stretch. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the truthiness, the incredible music, and for always being a comforting voice at the end of the day. Your transparency is amazing. You're a truly joyful and loving human being. That's all for today's episode of the Long Island Sound podcast. Make sure to check out this playlist. I've got a lot of exposés on different artists out there and some of the local artists here on Long Island. Hey, be well, everybody. Until next time, keep the music playing and stay positive. Be well, everyone.